Right here, I have one of the most highly anticipated cameras of 2024, and that is the Blackmagic pyxis 6K. Now, I know some people had some complaints and issues with what the camera offered and stuff like that, but one of the biggest selling features for me was having the 6K, it being a Blackmagic camera, and having that 3x2 open gate, which I think is gonna be super clutch for me for shooting a lot of multi-use content. So I'm gonna be shooting content for horizontal as well as for vertical, and this just helps with not cropping so much into a regular 16:9 image. In this video, I'm gonna be unboxing a bunch of different things. I made some orders between Amazon and B&H. I've had it sitting in my house for 2 days without unboxing it because I knew I wanted to do it for a video like this. I have a bunch of different accessories like a MC21 adapter. Saw one comment about this on B&H, and it is a Sony BPU to V-mount, basically just block. It's meant to be used with the old like Sony camcorders, and there was one comment asking if this would be good to use with the pyxis, and one of the B&H reps said yeah. So if that doesn't work, I have a BPU battery that I bought. Some of these things are kind of janky because some of the Blackmagic products are not available yet. So it's gonna be a little bit of a weird rig for a bit, but the thing we've all been waiting for a very long time, many months, the Blackmagic pyxis 6K L mount, because that's the only one available. So yeah, when I ordered this, there was none available in Canada. B&H I knew would be one of the first places to have it. Let's get some of this other stuff unboxed first. Let's start with some accessories. This is the RE Rosette side handle. It's just like whatever brand cam vate. I wanted one that would be able to rotate as well as be kind of comfortable. This one seems pretty good. It's not the most comfortable, but it has a hot shoe on top here and adjustable. This can slide up and down, and then obviously with RE Rosette, you can angle it the way you need it. This way, that way, kind of rest your thumb on top. And honestly, hopefully I can use that side handle on some of my other things as well. Next up, this is something I just got on Amazon here in Canada, and this is just a NATO rail. I wanted one a little bit longer just in case I need to mount anything up to the top. I know I'm gonna be getting a cage for this camera eventually. Right now, the options that are available are either really expensive, not what I need, or are not in stock yet. So like one I'm kind of liking was from the company Shape, but not available yet. So I'm stuck making this awkward rig in the meantime. Newer, you made this, all that just for this little box with a tiny little opening. This NATO rail is not as big as I thought it was. Yeah, I don't even know if I'll be able to mount this to the top. Worst case, I have another top handle from the Blackmagic there I can use, but yeah. Accessory number 2. Accessory number 3. This one is the USB-C to HDMI box. I got it braided. Here, 4K 30 Hertz. Blackmagic always outputs their HDMIs at 1080p. So that's not an issue for me. It's nice that it comes with one of these Velcro cable ties, but yeah, USB-C here to HDMI. Hopefully it works with a monitor. This box right here is the random brand Sony BPU to V-mount. So this is what it is, pretty basic. Sony BPU on the back here with a long extender plate so it goes past all the I/O on the back of the camera, to V-mount with the release on the side. So that I think is a cool find, and it was pretty cheap. You can get some pretty expensive ones, but that one was, I'm pretty sure it was like $70 American. Yeah. You know what, next? CF Express Type B card. I do not have any of these because Sony doesn't use them. Typical camera guy thing that I keep all the boxes, which have like a stack just off screen. So that's the card. This, nothing special at all, is just a card reader. So yeah, CF Express Type B and UHS 2 SD card slot. The reason I got this one was because it's USB-C on the back. There was a couple other options that had a decent price, but they would be a slower transfer speed. So that's why I stuck with this pro grade one. The next item here Jeez. It's really random that this is the thing that they really wrapped up in bubble wrap. So yeah, this, a Sigma MC21. Now, you might be like, what the heck is this? And there's a lot of adapters for cameras that I just personally wouldn't necessarily trust. But I have a lot of EF Sigma lenses. It works with Sigma lenses on Sony cameras. And this is the MC11, which is one of the more popular adapters for Canon mount lenses to Sony. Especially with Sigma lenses, it works super well. The autofocus is loud, but that's the lens's problem, not the adapter. But it works out really well. Like to the point where I shoot weddings and I have a camera out at the back and I trust the autofocus to keep it running the whole time, even adapted to a Canon lens. So with that trust and years of using this MC11 adapter, I knew the L mount to EF, touch wood, should be pretty good for me. So that's why I ended up going with this Sigma MC21 adapter. There's probably cheaper ones out there, but I've had bad experiences with other third-party adapters before. So that's why I decided to go with this. So the usual paperwork. Jeez. And here you go. Boom. Oh, nice. Okay. So this specific adapter, move the box over here. This MC21 actually comes with the foot at the bottom, which is not so on the MC11. So I kind of like that. It's another, that's something I'm going to end up doing, I think, with this, is having a lens support. That's something that is does kind of scare me about the L mount and just adapting big lenses is that. So not the most cost efficient, but definitely a good name to have Sigma. So that's why I went with that. So yeah, box for this. And now just quickly, I talked about it a little bit before, the BPU battery. I didn't realize how similar they are to Sony MPF batteries, but and where they mount looks very similar, but in fact, you cannot use these with Sony MPF. These are a little bit wider, so they just don't line up, but they look very similar. I was not expecting that, so. All right, now the Blackmagic pyxis, what many people have been waiting for, especially in Canada. Not a lot of people can get it right now. I am waiting eagerly to get into this. Exciting. That is the box. Again, I've seen people make jokes about this. The world's most riggable full-frame digital cinema camera. Don't know where they pulled that one from, but PR has got to do PR things, I guess. All right, there we go. So First thing you see in here, the usual welcome booklet. A Blackmagic design sticker, which I've gotten a couple through my time using Blackmagic cameras. Probably everyone talks about it. The most exciting thing, DaVinci Resolve 18.5 or whatever current licenses out there, license for that. Now, starting to get into things. First impressions of even the SSD holder for the side. Smaller, and that's what I know about this camera already before even getting into it, is this thing is smaller than I'm gonna expect. So SSD holder or phone holder, I know there is longer straps for here that you can put, like, for me, I have a really big phone, so you can fit a phone in here, not just an SSD. So there's that. I'm waiting to get the other side handle with the RE rosette so that I can use a nice quality side handle, hopefully with recording. So next, this other box here. Here's those extended straps for the side, or maybe just replacement, but I'm pretty sure they are longer straps for the SSD holder. A whole bunch of around the world plugs. So North American here, and then whatever other countries, you have all the other plugs. For this block is huge compared to previous cameras from Blackmagic. In here is where you put your adapter that was in the previous bag, and then a 2-pin LEMO connector. I've never used it in a camera before. I know Blackmagic has their old one with these cameras. That's all that's in this box here. And if you want this stuff out of the bag here, whoa. So these other adapters, I never really go to the other side of the pond, really. So these plugs I will most likely never use, but this one just slides in, clicks in like that, North American plug. This one, actually, small detail, it's nice that this one is upright like this, because the old one, like with other Blackmagic cameras, you'd have to put it into the wall socket like that. So this one just switches the rotation. Who knows why, but there we go. 2-pin LEMO, mains power all day. I'm gonna leave the strap and the screws in the bag, but here you go. That's what we've been waiting for. Whoa, okay, okay. Wow. Wow, okay, okay. This feels weird. This is like the most solid Blackmagic camera I have ever felt. I've only really ever used the pocket cameras, so maybe some of the bigger money ones are different. This feels nice. This feels nice. Really solid. All metal, like, feels great. First impressions out of the box, like I said, this is a heavy camera. The Blackmagic, like, pocket cameras are all just plastic. Even the buttons are all mushy. These feel like harder buttons. They still have the same feeling when you press them, but the buttons themselves are a bit harder. Interesting. I'm very intrigued. So yeah, the side plate, this is where I'm waiting for the RE Rosette one from Blackmagic, just so I can have a side handle here ready to film. It's not as small as I was thinking, but it definitely is a nice little cube. This is sweet. A little sensor action there. And the fact that this is only a little bit more money than the rest of the Blackmagic cameras is, or the same price, like, but the build quality feels so much better. This is incredible. I already got fingerprints on the screen, but there is a little screen protector, which boom. Yes, I take the screen protector off. I'm pretty gentle with my cameras, so. Let's check out the mounting holes, and a weird thing that you can actually see right through the camera. So when I hold it like this, I can see the white table beneath. So one thing I wanted to check with this, I will attach the editor I will attach a image of which listing this is, because I feel like this will be a hot buy with the Blackmagic that sticks out really far, but you have enough room here to access the CF Express port no problem. And SDI, you can go straight out here, up, and no problems. And it does wiggle a little bit, but let me see what that's like compared to a battery. Boom. Okay. I was just thinking as I put that out, it sticks out about the same as the adapter here. So, plus the battery on the back will be a little bit different, but I'm gonna turn this on for the first time. Fans kick on right away. Nice quick turn on. Boom. Just like that. Let me take the adapter right away and put this. That is a nice, very nice snug fit from the MC21 there. Okay, next. Lens. I have the Sigma 35mm right here, f1.4. Take this. Boom. Box style camera with an image. Going to 23. Catching my little fill light I have right over there on this, but yeah, this BPU moves just as much as the adapter. It's actually kind of surprising. I'm thinking I might put like a strip of tape either on the bottom of the battery or on the plate on the back of the camera, because that, like, you can hear that, right? Interesting. Huh. All right, well, interesting seeing the 3:2 aspect ratio on this. And the screen is smaller than I thought, but comes already with the presets, false color, display LUT, and that's a 16:9 overlay. Actually, like, oh, that's not quite a 16:9. That's a bit wider of an aspect ratio, but it is interesting actually. It's kind of handy that if you're shooting 16:9 on this and you have the 16:9 overlay, you can keep the menu items on there and it not get too in the way. Menu, typical Blackmagic display here. Clean feed, display LUT, you can do focus assist, setup if I wanted to change buttons. This is super handy. I love the menus on these cameras here. So another thing to notice with this side LCD, it is very bright. And I think you could use this in like bright sunlight and it'd be fine. Anyways, enough about the setup of the camera. Let's get a CF Express card in here. There we go. First time using media quite like this, but oh, they open up. Why would they open up that way? Okay, I guess I understand, because if you did it this way, it'd be really hard to get your fingers in here. But this just, okay, it does open up like that. I didn't have it open all the way. So this way it's front of the card facing out. And then, here you go. I have to format the card first. Comes up in the number 1 slot. Just like normal Blackmagic. Doing that. Boom. Nice. Formatting the card. Done. Now we can get back to record the first clip on the Blackmagic. Now at the 6K open gate with the 256 gigabytes, you get an hour and 13 minutes of recording. and that is on 8 to 1. Actually, let's check 12 to 1. Hour and 47 minutes. So I was kind of worried about time. I knew I didn't want to do the 256. Just might run into issues if I'm recording all day. But there you go. This is very interesting though. I think once they do a firmware update that you can film vertical like this and the I/O switches, you can see the clip I'm recording right now. Obviously no image stabilization. That the I/O records this vertical, because then if you went out shooting vertical clips, you could just do this all day, just using it like this. And you could like focus pull on here. Yeah, that's incredible. But it is interesting. There's so much debate about the rolling shutter on these cameras. I guess I'm spoiled with the Blackmagic Pocket 6K Pro and the Sony, because even just from, like, if you see the example clip here, I can see the jello effect from not even having my face that close. You can see it doing this, like the little wave. So interesting like that, but I think it'll be fine. One way to find out, record it vertically. See if we do up and down, side to side, stuff like that. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, we'll see what it's like. I think it'll be fine. I'm not too concerned. So there you go. Blackmagic pyxis 6K, the long boy. Now let's put some of these accessories on, like this RE plate. Actually, I guess I still could use it like this. It just rotates like crazy though. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, that's essentially what I want. Handle a little lower. On the side, this just spins, so I'll have to think of something else. Question is, will this be long enough to fit here? Take it out of the bag and check. Oh, it will. Awesome. All right, I'm back with a couple extra things. Battery for my monitor, the Atomos Shinobi 2, top handle, NATO rail that I'm gonna get here. Got my Allen key that does fit onto those two sides right there. Now this is, I was worried that this top plate actually wasn't going to be, the top NATO rail wasn't going to be long enough, but happily surprised that I am. Now, interesting. I've recorded for like a minute or two. I can already feel the heat coming out of the top. But now I can put the, it's nice because this rail specifically has little stoppers so you can't slide it off. So there you go. There's that. It's actually fairly well balanced. Holding it like this, nice, cute little setup. And now the moment of truth. When I turn this on, I hate how this monitor turns on as well. Little side note, little rant. Now, actually, interesting side point about this. Wondering why I'm not using SDI. I'm sure someone is screaming at their screen thinking that. The first in, last out thing, I've watched some videos about it, and why worry about that when you can just use USB-C? I feel like that's such a silly thing to have an issue with on, like, how is that still an issue, but people complain about breaking HDMI ports, but you can fry your SDI port in 2 seconds? That might be like a super hot take. I'm not sure, but whatever, I'm over it. So USB-C into the viewfinder port, which I'm very excited when the monitor comes out for the Pyxis from Blackmagic, locking right away. Super secure. This on the back. This cord is really long, but moment of truth. It's thinking about it. I don't think it wants to. It does. You saw on the screen there, it flashed a couple times. Okay, this is like a random cheap Amazon HDMI. It's really weird that it runs through the cycle like that, like 4 times. Obviously no touch screen or anything, but has all the display I need. I do notice that jello effect. Cool. Well, there you go. This is, I think by default, the scroll wheel here on the side is set to just the iris, which is the way I would prefer to have it. All right, so to wrap up this video, I'm really curious to see real world what that rolling shutter is gonna end up being like. I feel like that's gonna be a lot of people's comments. But even with that, I'm gonna try out the gyro stabilization in DaVinci Resolve. Hopefully that's an option that you can do in Premiere. That would be really nice if you can access that gyro data. Maybe there is already a way. If there is, and you know about it, let me know. I'm curious to try it out. But yeah, I'm super excited to have a box style camera and from Blackmagic. I love Blackmagic. I love this form factor. It's super fun. I can't wait to have a side handle here and just shoot around everywhere. That'll be sweet. So yeah, this is the setup. Actually, one last thing I'll try here before letting you go. What happens with the V-mount? Do I have a V-mount? Yes, I have to borrow it. Nope. If you can hear it, the fan kicks on and then nothing. So I was excited about this, but looks like this is a no-go. Alrighty, so to wrap things up, super excited for this camera. Kind of bummed that this adapter doesn't work. It stuck out too far anyway, but I'm gonna try and figure out another battery solution for V-mount without having something come out of the bottom. I want something straight out of the battery port if possible. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm gonna make some update videos going forward once I get more accessories. I actually do like this top handle though. It works a lot better than I was expecting. So I like this. I'll see what I end up adding. I know on this side, I am 100% gonna get that Blackmagic rosette side handle piece. Pretty stoked. If you liked the video and excited about the pyxis, give me a comment down below. But if not, hope you liked the video. Yeah, subscribe. Check out another video. See what else I have. There's probably some on screen or something. But yeah, have a good one. Bye-bye.